everyday dedication. You gotta wake up every day and be great on purpose.
You gotta almost become like obsessed with it. Like if you're not obsessed with your goal, you're not gonna get it.
But you gotta claim it. You gotta claim it. You gotta go after it, and you gotta put the work in. You gotta stay dedicated. You gotta stay consistent.
But it cannot be that you're having fun and doing all these things all of the time, but not investing in your health.
What's up, what's up, what's up? We back.
Hey.
This Fit Talk, episode 8. Alright, there we go.
How many fingers is that?
There we go.
How many fingers is that?
Yo, them fingers is
Hey, bro, man,
He's like, get him again.
Episode 8, we got a special guest with us today.
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
We got T, aka Taundra.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Appreciate y'all having me.
Already.
We appreciate you, coming in and showing us some love, man.
Okay.
Go down the line with the name.
So we gonna start off again. We're gonna give y'all our handle so that y'all can keep seeing who we are.
Y'all already know. King Dre. I'm gonna lead y'all out to late in the show. Fitness. Mr. Your boyfriend still can't work out with me. We got a guest on the show. Your boyfriend can't work out with her either. Level up.
It's Jeff Hall of Fit Fanatics.
Taundra of PR Fitness.
Already.
C Marty Fit, Mr. Less Brunches, More Crunches.
Javon Jackson, PR Fitness Camp. Let's get it.
Ready.
So today, for this episode, what we want to do is we brought Taundra on so she can kind of tell us a story. I mean, a lot of y'all, if y'all don't know who she is, you can check her out. She had a hell of a transformation,
Appreciate that.
And we just wanted her to come on and kind of speak to us about, her mindset, some of the things she did, just to give us some information on it.
Yeah, so one of the first questions I want to ask you was like, so where did you start from? Where were you in your past that led you to being overweight, and what got you to the overweight part, and then a transition to, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be honest, just out here freestyling, you know what I'm saying? Like, life just happened. I work in retail, so just, getting up and going all day, every day, eating fast food, drinking, smoking, turning up, just really just falling victim to that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Being young, being dumb, and then just finally just hitting a wall of just being tired. You know what I mean? I will say, you know what I'm saying? I went through some things, a breakup. The glow up was the initial motivation. You know what I'm saying? I think, especially as women, we go through that like, oh, I'm about to show this person, you know what I'm saying, what it is. So that was the initial motivation. But once I really got into it, I say 2 or 3 months in, I realized it was way bigger than that. So yeah, it was just, I started, off the break, because I initially just started working out and changing my eating habits slightly, and my body just responded to it quick. I dropped like 30-40 pounds in like 3-4 months. You know what I mean? Because I went from the extreme of no discipline to like decent discipline, and my body reacted to that. But I started to plateau, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure that piece out. You know what I mean? I couldn't eat decent, drink, and then still expect my body to change. So slowly but surely, I just adapted better habits. So yeah.
So let me ask you this. Anybody got a question?
Go ahead.
So because I know a lot of people, like when they start their fitness path or fitness journey, they in and out with it. You know what I'm saying? They'll lose 5 pounds, gain 5 pounds. They go to the gym hard one week, miss the gym the next week, meal prep one week. So they'll probably waste like 6 months to a year just going back and forth. So like when you decided, okay, I'm gonna start working out, were you like on it, or did you waste like you worked out for a year or two, just bush, kind of losing, kind of
not, so
back and
it
forth,
took me, to be honest with you, it took me like 2 years really, because like I had a friend of mine, one of my coworkers, shout out to Diaz, she know who she is.
She name dropping.
Yeah, Jessica Diaz. She blew up, you know what I'm saying? She came to work. I hadn't seen her in a while. She showed me these pictures. She's like, man, I just lost all this weight. I'm like, whoo. This is like 2012. So I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be off that. But I wasn't there mentally. So like, you know what I'm saying? Again, she being the good friend that she was, with it, we be at work. She's like, yeah, I'm about to hit the gym after work. I'm like, I was still in a relationship at that point. So I was just going home, bunned up. Like I said, smoking, eating, comfortable, comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of one of those things. I wasn't in the mindset, but she was adamant on helping me out. So it'd be like, nuggets of time. Her and another one of my coworkers, Steve, they would, just plant little seeds, like, come on, man, come on, encourage me, and I just wasn't there. So it took a whole like 2 years, legit, from them like, hey, do this, to me like starting a little bit, then be falling off, to like I really hit that wall, was like, you know what, this is it. And then once I decided, I was like, this gotta be it. You know what I'm saying? And it clicked. And the moment that I committed and I started seeing my body change, and again making those connections, I just got addicted to it, man. Just being honest.
So for a lot of people that think that in order to lose weight, you just need to do like strictly cardio.
Oh, no.
Give them like an example, like what type of training did you do starting out to?
I mean, I think, you know, to play into that ignorance is what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, initially, I just did a bunch of cardio. My house was right next to Flowers. So I would just go in every morning, hit the track, and just be running up and down the bleachers, running around the track, just freestyling, not really knowing what I'm doing. Again, being that I was so heavy, my body was reacting and I was dropping the weight. But then it got to a point where it was just like nothing was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure some things out. You know, got on YouTube, but again, I still wasn't really seeing the drastic change that I wanted to see. And it took some time, and eventually that's how Javon and I became friends. Because I'm on the Explore page or something on Instagram, you know, and I see it and I'm like, Lando, that's around the corner, like, let me hit him up. And the moment that I started working with Javon and incorporating, you know, weightlifting and HIIT, I'm like, oh, people coming up to me now. I was losing weight and they're like, oh, you dropping weight now? I was like, hey, you try fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So it took time. I mean, I hate the question, like, how long did it take you? Because I'm never going to stop at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, initially, cool, 3-4 months, 30, 40 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But that was because, again, I went from this extreme of eating BS every day to like, and then, again, I just say decent because I still was, you know what I'm saying, drinking.
And
I still was eating out, you know what I mean?
So, it's not even a time limit. It's on what you put into it.
Absolutely.
Like how much work you put into it.
Absolutely.
What you putting in your body. So
Yeah.
I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
And that's one thing that I want to mention is the whole like the initial weight that comes off. What you guys got to understand is that when you go from one extreme to the next extreme, you're going to drop the initial a lot of weight, and it could be all water weight, it could be all just Dominoes from the day before, and then once you drop the BS water weight, that's when you get to the actual fat. So what I see a lot of people go through is that first month they'll lose 20 pounds.
Yep.
And they're like, oh my God, I lost 20 pounds of fat, oh my God, I lost all this weight. And then once it's time to lose the actual fat, it slows down and they get discouraged. Well, my second month, I didn't lose 20 pounds like I did my first month. You're not going to lose 20 pounds every single month. That initial jump start is like 20, 30 pounds, or depending on how much fat you have to lose. But once you get to the actual fat, after all the water is out your system, then that's when the real work kicks in. So don't be thinking the jump start weight of 20, 30 pounds, you're gonna lose that consistently every single month. It's not gonna happen.
And that's another thing. Your body's gonna respond to whatever you put it through. So you put it through that initial phase, it's gonna respond to it. Now you gotta do something else to your body. Your body adjusted to that. Your body got used to it. So you got to switch it up, or you got to increase something. Just like I always say, you got to increase what you're doing in the gym or increase what you're doing outside of the gym.
You got to push yourself a little harder than how you was pushing yourself in the beginning.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. So after you contacted me and we was training, were you still kind of like going to the club on the weekends and going to brunch?
I mean, I was still like, so, you know, for lack of a better terms, my house was like the frat house. You know what I'm saying? You knew how my folks were, and we like it was, and it wasn't even that we was partying, going crazy, but routine was we all get up, go to work, get back home, we roll a J. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a bottle, we taking shots.
You that handy.
You know what I'm saying? We turn the TV on, we cooling. You know what I mean? And that was even once I started working out with you. And then it's just like, you know, again, I was seeing results, but I understood that like I would have to change certain habits if I wanted to progress. You know what I'm saying? Especially, it got to a point where when Goals opened up Richie, and I'm in that joint, and I start seeing like all the fit girls, and I'm like, oh, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to Planet Fitness, you know what I'm saying, you're not seeing that. You know what I mean? And then I kind of got like introduced to, because it's a different vibe, because we was going to, you know what I'm saying, we was going to 24. I had always had a gym membership because that was in my neighborhood, 24-hour fitness, but like going to Goals was like a completely different vibe. Men and women alike, competitors, athletes, and all that. So you start being like this, I was introduced to that. And I'm like, oh, all right, like I can't look like that doing this. You know what I mean? So it all just slowly started clicking. And then I will say, you know, like, the whole, my mindset when I went into Goals was like, oh, this is the meathead gym, you know, whatever. But it was all love. We in that joint working, people coming dapping us up like, y'all trying, y'all doing this, and see y'all every day. And slowly but surely, like I just kind of got pulled in and like gravitated to like even more of the lifestyle.
I got a quick question. So a lot of people, they see what it is. It's a lot of, you're gonna be uncomfortable in your journey. You're gonna be real uncomfortable. A lot of people don't realize that being uncomfortable is completely worth it. Like,
for sure.
Everything you're going through, like it's worth it in the long run. Like changing your lifestyle, like leaving that stuff behind you is completely worth it. So if you could just kind of like explain that a little bit, because a lot of people don't understand.
I mean, I will say like going into the gym, you know what I'm saying, and like thank God for Jamal, because he would, you know, show me correct forms and whatnot and how to do these exercises. But you question yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're like, do I look stupid? you know, I'm the fat person in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like you have all these insecurities, but I think what we fail to realize is that the common goal is that everybody in the gym is trying to better themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of one of those things where like, if you get over like yourself into that thought process and just really just take that emotion out of it, you'll really be able to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you like, it got to the point when we, you know, we really start going to goals. We in that during the first 10 minutes, we dapping everybody up. Because it's just all love, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got different stories from every, you know, aspect of life. So it's just a matter of, you're going to have to get in there. Because, like, I look back and, like, a lot of times when people tell me, and I know y'all deal with it, it's like, they got to get in shape to go work out with a trainer. Like, I had that same mindset.
We talking about that.
I had that same mindset.
That is the dumbest thing.
No, but it's real, though. Like, when you, like, I'm being real with y'all, at my heaviest, I'm 5'5", I was 225. So I'm not about to hit no train up and be, like, dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, I had to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? And that was the uncomfortable part. Or even working out in a group atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only using Javon because, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the classes and stuff, but, like, you know, seeing these women come in and work together is inspiring. But when you from the outside, it's like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in the darkest corner with nobody looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And it's until I get to a point where I feel like I can present myself. And that's one mistake I think I made in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Is that I tell everybody if I could do it all over, I would have got a trainer because at this point I'll be so much further ahead. But it was part of the, you know what I'm saying, the growing things.
And a lot of people, are you good?
Go ahead, bro.
And I was saying, like a lot of people, they always try to compare themselves to others. Like I tell people all the time, like what you do, whether you trying to lose weight or you trying to put on muscle, what you do not gonna make me grow. What you do not gonna make me lose weight, and what I do is not gonna benefit you the same way. You know what I'm saying? What I do is only gonna benefit me. So y'all need to stop comparing yourself to other people, thinking that he doing that, so that means that's where I need to be. He lost 50 pounds in 3 months, so that means I gotta lose 50 pounds in 3 months. I'm only at 40. Your process is your process. Eventually, you have your goal. You have your goal in mind. You have your goal set still, and as long as you accomplish your goal, you good. You win. You know what I'm saying? Just because he did it early, fast, or just because she did it faster, don't mean a thing.
No,
it don't
just
mean
don't
a thing.
stop.
It don't stop. Yeah, you
Just
just gotta keep going. But yeah, just stop comparing your journey to other people.
One thing I was gonna say is, anytime you're about to reach the goal, especially weight loss, you gotta realize, like, you gotta look yourself in the mirror, like, hey, I need to lose weight. I'm overweight. Because a lot of people, y'all are in denial. Now, I'm not trying to sound mean about that, but you gotta face the facts. Like, same thing, like, oh, I'm lazy. I gotta do something about this. You know, I got to get my act together. You got to realize the issue before you start your journey. Because if you don't, you'll never start your journey. You'll never be real with yourself. You'll never be able to continue. A lot of y'all be like, oh, I'm good. I'm proud of my body. And in reality, you're not. You just lying to yourself. So the more you lie to yourself, you're never gonna reach your journey like that. So you got to be real with yourself and be honest. And it's okay. Because you're gonna work to better yourself. I mean, it's that honesty is for a good cause. So.
I think to that point, I never realized how much confidence I lacked until I started getting into like fitness and working out.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're just a little like less like, you know, excited to take that picture. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of just in the background, you're a little bit more quiet. And I'm not walking around like, you know, I'm all that, like don't talk to me, but you know, at the same time, I'm walking with a little swag in my step now. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So it's just even outside of the physical result, what it does for the mental, you know what I'm saying? And speaking from my experience, like I can't put a price tag on that.
So now I got a question. So now that you are where you are, what continues to motivate you to keep going?
Just different goals, man. Like, so I just did my first show 2 weeks ago today.
How'd you place?
Place first. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all hear that? Second, we don't do second place.
This guy got a whole space bubble.
Did you spit on the table?
Yeah, that's a Fitalk first. Your boyfriend don't spit like that.
That's a Fitalk foul. It looks like that. That's a Fitalk foul.
You know, whole table ball.
A whole loogie on. Like, you ejected on the next one. You about to be gone, bro.
That's a flavored foul.
But anyway, Marcus Cousins, go ahead.
I mean, just this you know, the show. I watched Javon earlier this year, and again, I just keep bringing up goals because of the atmosphere. Even you know, I know you're a competitor too, but you know what I'm saying. Like I watched Javon go through the process, and his coach initially was allowing me to get in on the workouts, and that's how I ended up meeting my coach because she had worked with him in the past. And she just kind of pulled me to the side. Was like, "Do you want to do this?" And I'm like, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm like, maybe after Javon's show. And so she stayed consistent. It got to a point where she would come into the gym and she'd see me and she'll pull me from their workouts and like, "Come do this with me." You know what I mean? And so we started to kind of build that rapport. And then it just lurked. You know what I'm saying? And the feeling didn't go away. So I'm like, man, what do I got to lose? You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and I was like, all right, I committed to it, and we got to what we got. Now that it was initially one and done, but now that I went through it that first time, I want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like, it was such a short period of time that I worked with her, and I saw so much change in my body that I'm like, if I keep putting forth the effort, I'd be even better the next time. So
question: what was the biggest change from getting a trainer to like your normal habits of what you do, as far as like the meal plan she put in, how strict she was?
Like, she got me eating,
the change?
Bro, like the biggest thing, because I've always been, not always, recent, you know what I'm saying, years, like past year or two, I've been extremely disciplined with the nutrition aspect. I got a meal prep over here, y'all can't see it, but got one over there chilling. But with her, you know what I'm saying, it was a different approach because I'm trying to build muscle. And so y'all spoke on this a couple episodes ago. It is kind of insulting now that I'm working to be like, when women be like, I don't want to get all bulky. And it's like, here I am in the bulk season trying to put on some muscle, and I'm sitting here eating 6 times a day crying because I'm eating, you know what I'm saying, 6-7 ounces of fish and, you know what I'm saying, all this craziness, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm still just seeing small growth, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes time, you know what I mean? And I'm doing it on.
Say that again.
It takes time. It takes time.
One more time.
Look now, hold on, real quick.
It takes time.
Some of the people saying that be bulky themselves. I don't mean to be big, but
it takes time, you know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, Javon, in terms of the approach, the eating changed drastically to where I'm increasing, you know what I mean? The weightlifting has changed. I'm lifting heavy because we're trying to build, and I'm sitting there like, you know, it's a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But Jeff made a post a couple days ago. It's like, if you don't fail, you don't have a goal to execute on, and you won't get better. So like, you know, we first thought, you know, I ain't gonna throw, I don't remember numbers, but I'm sitting here struggling to squat, you know what I'm saying, 80, 90 pounds. You saying now she throw 150 on the gym. I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It takes time, you know what I'm saying, we build it, but you know, that's the biggest thing. So eating more and way more weightlifting. Because you and I, we were doing more, you know what I'm saying, we incorporated weightlifting, but we were doing more HIIT. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like the cardio thing. I call myself a cardio queen. It's like now it's like that's a thing of the past. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just weightlifting and I'm walking around sore half my life because of that. But yeah.
But so to circle back to the nutrition part, you had to be intentional with the nutrition to fuel your workouts. Because if you was going in the gym doing all these workouts, but you was eating not right, number one, you wouldn't be able to do the workouts, and two, you wouldn't have saw no results.
Exactly.
So just to circle back and let y'all know how important the nutrition part is. I don't care how much HIIT you do. I don't care how much cardio you do. I don't care how many push-ups or weights you lift. If your nutrition is not intentional and great on purpose, your goals ain't gonna get nowhere. You're gonna be working out for 3-4 years, fluctuating back and forth from 10 pounds lost, 10 pounds gained. So always focus on the nutrition part.
And another thing, let people know, like say one of my clients cheated or something, they'd be like, oh, well, I had asparagus and fish, but let them know that same day, if they have donuts,
that it doesn't matter. You just set yourself back a whole 2 weeks.
You just set yourself back.
Yeah, like it's definitely a setback. I had the same conversation yesterday. Like I said, I was talking to a trainer in the gym, and his client, I say good morning to, you know, everybody. And so he's sitting there and he's like, hey, show her your pictures from, you know, before. So I show her, she's like, no way. And he was like, tell her what you ate yesterday. She had went to Outback because she was craving the wings. So I looked at it, I'm like, that's like 2 weeks setback, easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not just about, because it didn't just stop yesterday, that one day at the wings. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the reality is, and I'm speaking from experience, because it'd be like, all right, I'm going to just do this one joint. The next thing you know, another meal in. And then it's like, the rest of the day, I start back tomorrow. You know what I mean? You wake up tomorrow, you feeling sluggish. You know what I'm saying? You skip the gym. You at work, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to go out, you know what I'm saying? It starts this pattern. So again, I've been there. Like I said, I'm 4 years in. The very beginning, I wasn't perfect, man.
I thought they said you could just take a shot outside of vinegar. Did you do that? Your coach let you do that?
If that worked, shit, I would have been skinny a long time ago.
What would it do? Everybody would be skinny, dog.
Costco got the bottle like this for about $5. I would have, man.
If you eat wings, what?
If you try to wing it, you're going to end up getting winged. You can't be out here winging it, man. You got to be intentional with everything that you do. You got to be intentional with it.
But a lot of it, though, still is just the mentality, though. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, and I like to, you know, tell people to educate themselves on food in general. Because when you start to really understand what food does to you, then you're able to make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was another thing too. I started watching and reading a bunch of different documentaries, doing research online, and then that's where, you know, I kind of tied it all together. Like, you eat messed up, you go to the doctor, and then mind you, y'all, I always went every year to get my physicals and all that. Like I said, my heaviest I was 225. Not one time did my doctor ever tell me, hey, you need to slow it down. Maybe you should go talk to a nutritionist. You know what I'm saying? You
crazy.
Never. Like, I swear to God, as long as my lab work came back straight, I was healthy. But the actuality was I was, you know what I'm saying, a cheeseburger away from, you know what I'm saying, being diabetic. Maybe the numbers didn't show that, but the patterns that I was, you know, I had and I was following, that's what it would have led to. So it's just kind of one of those things where, again, if you educate yourself on food in general in the industry, you're able to, you know, tie it back. Because that doctor, excuse me, before I would have got sick, all she would have did is push me a pill. Then she was getting paid to sell and to push to me anyway.
Thank you.
And then it's just like this. So eat bad food, go to the doctor give you a medicine so you can eat that same bad food, and then it's just like, all right.
And
then you just did.
And then tell you the shit running your family.
Yeah, all day. Nah,
tell you the shit running your family.
It's real.
That's
It's
crazy,
real.
man.
It's real. And then I look, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not bashing my family. I'm just saying as a whole in the community, like, look at our elders. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many of diabetic, high blood pressure, you know what I'm saying? Just things that are all preventable and controllable by diet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking exercise, it's strictly what you put in your body. I can't be part of that. I can't fall victim to that same cycle.
I was gonna say I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and they were basically talking about what I just said about stuff running in your family. That if you get into fitness and you change your diet, you change your habits, whatever that was running in your family, you can prevent passing that to your children.
Oh yeah, it's real.
If you change your lifestyle and change your habits,
You gotta break the chain.
you can break
Right.
the chain is breakable. Like, you can break the chain. It's been studied. Like, look it up. Like, you can break that chain. So that it runs in my family. Excuse, like,
It's not
that's
true.
not an excuse. Like,
The poor habits running our family.
It's
That's
the
what it is.
habits.
It's the
habits that
habits.
run-
And then
habits
I
run
think,
your
especially
family.
with people with kids, and I don't have kids, but I'm close to my niece and nephew. And like, my nephew hit me up this summer, was like, yeah, I'm trying to work out. You know, and I'm like, whatever. I'm like, what you trying to get a girl? You know what I'm saying? He going in the 8th grade, whatever. And I'm like, but he was real though. He was serious. And like, to this day, like the other day, last weekend we was out and took him to get some food. He got a salad like with his burger. You know what I'm saying? We got a burger, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He stopped eating fried foods. He don't eat sugar no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he cut back on his sugar because he see what I'm doing. And I'm not gonna say I'm taking all the credit, but we influence, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation. So when I come over every morning after the gym and he looking at me like, Dad, you look strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he, you know, he aspired to do the same thing, and I encourage him to do that. So my point of bringing that up, though, is that, like, had I been doing BS, you know what I'm saying? He would have followed suit on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, they, you know what I'm saying? Again, just pay attention to what you're doing, because younger, older, you know what I'm saying, your peers, people are watching.
Yeah,
That's right.
And to circle back to what both of y'all were saying, actually, about how your clients be like, oh, I had asparagus or whatever, but I had a donut, and like be joking about it. But like, I have clients that be like, what'd you eat this morning? Oh, I had Popeyes, and then be like laughing and joking. I'm like,
No.
yeah, you think it's funny, but in 2 months when you know what your goal, you're gonna be in my email or my text message complaining about something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Acting like you're not a good trainer.
Exactly, but you laughing and joking around like, oh, I had Popeye. That's not funny. Like, that's not funny, because when you don't reach your goal, you're gonna be mad at me.
But the way that they look at it is, as a trainer, no matter what they eat,
It's
as
my
a
job to
trainer,
get it off.
As a trainer,
It's my
we're supposed
job.
to make sure that they lose all that weight. I don't care if they ate two, 3 bad meals that week. No matter what, that's our job. They pay us to get all of that weight off, no matter what. That's how they look at us, no matter what.
He's right.
Yeah, that's
he's
what
right.
y'all
I don't
think.
care
Like,
what I eat.
Y'all think that.
If you don't get it off of me, I'm blaming you.
I'm leaving you on.
I don't care what I do. I don't care what I do outside of here. If it don't come off, I'm blaming you.
And then guess what?
And then once you do get it off, I'm gonna eat it back on, and you better get it off me again.
And then guess
I'm
what?
telling you,
They're gonna come to us like, hey, I think I need to lay off the weight something. You know,
I think I'm getting a little big.
You have to lay off that goddamn dope.
Hey, I'm laughing at that, because that's crazy.
If I hear that again,
that's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
that's how they think, though.
Alright, so last question. What advice would you give people trying to lose weight, or somebody who started in your position who is in a household where everybody turning up, or, you know what I'm saying, just starting off? Like, what advice would you give them?
I mean, it like, start with the food. You know what I'm saying? Start with the things you can control. Give them the sodas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds like slight, but it's so much sugar in sodas. You know what I'm saying? Like the coffees, all that. Like start giving up the small things and incorporating more water, incorporating, you know what I'm saying, more vegetables into your diet. You know, maybe if you eat out every day, you eat out 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna just, you know what I'm saying, automatically. It's a process. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say just set small goals and be stern in those goals, because people are going to test you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even to this day, you know what I'm saying? And no one ever means any harm, but it's like, oh, you're not going to do this? Oh, you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to hit. No, you gotta be stronger than that. Because if you fall victim every time somebody say that, you never going to accomplish anything. Like, it's legit. It's been times where I'm arguing with friends, family, coworkers about what I'm not about to eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they realize be mad at you. They really be mad. Like, oh, you're not going to drink this? That's all you going to eat? Like, why you mad at me?
Stop being a beast. Stop being a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nah, bro.
You spoiled the mood.
You think you bigger and better than us, huh? Because you don't want to eat this. Like, no, it's not that.
You got to have the mental strength. So, like, that's what I say. Start with the small things that you can control on a daily, and then, you know, build up. And I tell people, don't get in the gym. Like, don't even try to get in the gym until you really, all right, I've changed my eating habits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying 1,000%, but at least get 50%, like halfway there. So when you talking to Jeff, talking to Chris, talking to Drake, talking to you like, all right, look, this is what I'm doing. You like, okay, we can work with this. We can build off this. If you just come in, like you said, I just had steak and cheese last night. I just had Popeyes last night. What?
Because
all you gonna do is throw up in the workout.
Yeah, that's
well, you would tell
exactly.
me every single you want.
And when you do that, you wasting our time.
Yeah,
you wasting your time. You wasting my time.
Your money.
Because it makes our job easier when we have people that are committed. That's going to listen. If you just, you're not paying me to argue back and forth with you. You wasting my time for that.
Yeah, not even to sound like cocky or whatever, but trust me, it's people that want your slot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's people in my email that want your slot. I promise you. And like we said before, it is so much more fun to train somebody who listens to me.
That's where I'm going.
I'm telling you, like, this is so much more fun.
Like,
people like, how come,
Young?
And I just had a whole conversation with her, and I told her, man, you such one of the people that I am. It's a joy to train you because I can literally come in here. I don't have to worry about you. Listen, she works overnight. Yeah. She works overnight, gets off, go to sleep for 2 hours, and comes in there and does those type of workouts. It's so fun to train people that when I can do that with them, as opposed to the people that always want to complain or give me pushback about it.
I had a client that said this the other day because I posted a video of one of my clients. And they was like, how come we don't do that workout? How come I don't get to do that workout? How come I don't? Because
you can't. You don't
how come mine don't look like that? Because you don't. Because we're so busy arguing, we never got to that workout. Exactly. The workout was on the plan, but we spent half the time arguing. We didn't get to it. Exactly. That's why you didn't get to do that workout.
I still ain't been on that machine.
Like that, real loud. Just
but hold up, look at his face
Really be mad. The main joint I got. How come you always recording her? How come you don't record us or record? Cause she be working. Y'all be on the phone texting.
That's exactly right.
I say, all right, let's go. You take 30 more seconds to finish your damn Instagram tweet or whatever. That's why I record her.
Or you gonna embarrass my business on my Instagram looking crazy?
That's real.
You don't listen. If you were to listen and do what I told you to do, you may get some more camera time.
Right.
But if we gonna go back and forth with this all the time, you're not gonna get no camera time. Like, it's that simple.
I got a question. So they doing it for the grind?
Some people do.
Listen.
Ain't no whole time.
Soon as the workout, send me the video.
Some people don't be doing nothing, sitting there lazy. So I'm put the camera up. All right, they work out. They don't stop. I'm like, don't stop because the camera. Keep going. Oh, I was doing it for the. Bye.
Because I told you, so even it was probably days where you didn't record. You know what I'm saying? You go even harder.
It wasn't even that. Like, it's funny you mentioned that because me and Javon, every day we went to the gym, we would always record. So once I started working out with my coach, I stopped posting.
Right.
One, because it does take time. You know what I'm saying? It takes up, an extra hour when you really think about in between sets and whatnot.
Phones. Ain't no phones in the new year. I promise you. January 1st, all phones in the back. I'm not having them on the floor.
Did you have one more? Because I got a question too.
Go ahead.
So I guess my next question for you is what really encouraged you to start? So I think we talked about, you said you started, but what was it that clicked in your mind to say, you know what, I need to do this for myself to make this change for myself?
Initially, or like with the show prep?
Initially.
I mean, like I said, it was more or less once I really started learning about food. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing how, again, just making that connection back with like the health effects. You know what I'm saying? So the overall health and wellness. Again, you know what I'm saying? My mom, and tomorrow is her birthday. She would have been 61 this year. But I lost my mom to autoimmune disease. That, you know what I'm saying, that ultimately claimed her life, but the bottom line was she was morbidly obese, you know what I'm saying, she had high blood pressure, she was diabetic, poor eating habits, so I was able to make that connection, you know what I'm saying. Now granted, my mom passed away in 2008, and I didn't get on this wave until 14, but that was my driving force, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, the way in which it all occurred, it was completely unexpected, you know what I'm saying. It was just like, once I started learning about food and learning about how these things come about, to your point, it's not genetic, you know what I'm saying. We manifest what happens to our body by what we put into it. Exactly. So it was just like, I would have been ignorant to walk away from those facts, you know what I'm saying. And that's when it really clicked for me, and I'm like, I gotta get serious about this, you know what I'm saying. Even though I was already 20-30 pounds in, it was like, I gotta crank it up a notch, you know what I'm saying, because it was just, it's that real, it's life or death, you know what I'm saying. I think, you know, especially because we're starting to approach, like, I just turned 32, it's like I'm thinking about 40, 50, 60 years old, and I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, disabled by some pills, or, you know what I'm saying, not able to travel and see the world because, you know what I'm saying, I got a bad hip or whatever the case might be. I had to overcome all that, you know what I'm saying.
That just brought me to a point, like, you know, say I see one of my friends, like, I haven't seen in a while, I'll be like, hey man, you gotta come work out, whatever. Be like, for what? What I gotta come work out for? I'm not fat. What I gotta come work out for? I'm not a professional athlete. You don't have to be an athlete, and working out isn't just for overweight people. Working out, it's gonna benefit your health, whether you're overweight, whether you're underweight, whether you're at the right weight, it don't matter, it's gonna benefit your health. Like, there are benefits to it, no matter what fitness level you're at, no matter where you are, working out is gonna help you.
And then I think another thing we don't take into account is that, like, your body is a machine, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I got a real close relative early this year lost sight in her left eye. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, and then, you know, long story short, the doctor said because you had terrible eating habits, you know what I'm saying, basically your whole life, your immune system couldn't fight off this infection. That, I swear to God, hand to God, this is in her left eye. You know what I'm saying? And we talking under 50 years old.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So it's now, you know what I'm saying, like, now her lifestyle has completely changed. It took that, you know what I'm saying, dramatic, you know, unfortunate event to happen. But that's basically what that's what the doctor said. Like, your immune system could not fight off this infection to protect your vision.
Like,
and now you fucked up.
Hey, y'all, I'm not trying. Like I said, whenever I'm talking, I'm not trying to be mean. But this, my shirts right here,
it's real.
That's Brunches More Crunches. It's real. Yeah. All that turning up and all that bad food, it's going to catch up to you. Like right now, some of y'all might be like 24, 25, 26. Y'all young. Y'all not supposed to have these issues. Y'all not supposed to be crazy overweight. So some of y'all that are young and y'all not overweight with or without health issues, y'all be like, oh, I'm good. That's not going to happen to me. I'm telling you.
But it starts now.
It starts now. These are habits. You can't just stop these habits when you're 35 or 40 and you've been doing it for years. It's going to be hard. So I'm saying this less brunches, more crunches for a reason. I'm not just trying to bash brunch. I like to go to brunch too. You might catch me at a brunch one day. My birthday coming up, so. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. Like, so.
But moderation, though. You know what I'm saying?
All
but
in moderation.
But and then I hate the one thing I will say, and I follow a dude online, Possible Pat, and I don't quote me, this isn't like word for word, but basically, when we say the whole balance thing, right? Everybody like, well, what's balance? What's balance? You know, you doing all this all day, but you can have a cheat. Like, nah, like at this point, I'm trying to balance out all the times in my life that I bullshitted. I'm 32. I started this at 28. I'm nowhere near balanced in terms of like being able to go out here in this freestyle. So, like when you say balance, like, and then he said in the same post, and it really struck a chord in my brain, because it's like, you wouldn't tell a drug addict to balance your addiction. If you're trying to get off crack, I'm not gonna be like, Javon, do a little bit of crack today. It's like you wouldn't say that shit. If you are alcoholic and you've been clean for
just drink a little bit.
Go to a little bit of brunch.
Exactly. It's like, it's the same.
Go to the waffle section and come right back.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Like,
a little bit of
that shit is real. But when I read it, I'm like, man, that shit is so real. And I like, because I hate all the time, friends, family, man, you can have this. I can. The reality is I can eat anything I want to. I choose not to. Because this shit, I'm not balanced yet. The 28 years that I gave, I ain't put the work in yet.
That's why you look like that and we look how we look. Because you want balance. Because you want balance.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
to circle back to what she was saying.
Balance that Henny out your diet.
Yeah, when it comes to like training and fitness, I know it's fun, you know what I'm saying? You on the gram doing all these amazing workouts and you see people with these amazing bodies, you taking the bikini photos, and I mean, I know it's all fun and all that, but at the end of the day, the core of fitness is your health. Like, there's a real epidemic problem with the black community. Like, Tandra lost her mom. I'm not sure about y'all, but I know me. If I call my mom right now, she'll pick up.
Yeah.
She can't call her mother right now. And that's real. That's real. I need y'all to really understand what I'm saying right now. It's people that cannot contact their loved ones because they died from a 2-for-1 menu, or because of the dollar menu, or because of Checkers cheeseburgers or whatever. And y'all think it's funny. Oh, I went to Popeyes last night. It's not funny. People have lost their loved ones because
and at the end of the day, it's real selfish. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just for you. It's for your kids too. Like your kid gonna grow up. You know what I'm saying? 20, 30 years old and gonna say, oh yeah, my mom, my dad passed away because of health issues. So at the end of the day, it's not affecting you, it's affecting them. It's affecting their kids, so their grandkids not gonna be able to have a grandmother or grandfather. It's deeper than that, man.
And the sad thing is that a lot of clients that I have say that their grandparents or their grandmother, their cousin have these issues. Right. And they still going to brunches and still going to Popeyes and still going to Chipotle and other things like that. So y'all see it firsthand and you still choosing to go down this path. Which means, once again, it's not genetic, it's the habits that you're choosing, because as a kid, you saw your parents and everybody doing this, and now it's so deep in you that it's gonna take time to get rid of it.
I have a client. She always tells me like I've mentioned her before. She's from such and such. This is what her family do. This is how they live. Her parents do her. And I'm just letting her know like this will affect you in the future. And I tell her everything. I hope she watching this. Like I'm just trying to help you. Like this stuff we talking is real. This is real. Like I would hate to see in a couple years that I was your trainer. I'm the one who was supposed to prevent this from happening, and you got some type of issue.
John, share the story with your neighbor. Your neighbor.
Oh, my neighbor. Yeah. So my neighbor, maybe like 2 years ago. I'm 32, so he probably died at maybe 30, 31. Basically, yeah, he was like 30 years old. This happened like 2 years ago. We went to school together. He lived like 3 doors down from me. Died in his sleep. Just died, and because he had weight issues, overweight, still drinking, like he was drinking heavy, like alcohol all the time, eating anything he wanted, and like his mom, like was calling his name or something like that, and he wasn't responding. So she went up to his room, opened the door, he on the floor dead. Like dead, lived 2 doors down from me, the same age as me. We the same. We was in school together, sitting right next to each other in school. Bruh, dead because of health issues. 30 years old, dead.
I mean, and then talk about, and it's no disrespect to him, but like how he would see the classes.
Oh yeah, smooth. So like, once again, he lived 2 doors down from me. So whenever like I leave out the house or take the trash out, he would see me. Of course, he would see all my clients leaving, the student and everything. He's like, so I saw him one day. I was like, hey man, you need to like, cause I see him get like every time I see him, he getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, bro, like I got you. Like, I'm not even gonna charge you, bro. Like just come to the back. Train with my class, I got you, bro. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. I'm getting a little big. We like laughing and joking about it, or whatever. Yeah, so I see him the next week, and I come. Like, brother, you coming? Like I said, I got you. I'm not even gonna charge you. It's free. Just you live ain't like you got this traffic. You can walk to my house. You live next door. Just walk over here. Never came. Never came. The next week, dead.
I remember one of y'all talked about it a couple weeks ago. How y'all was saying how it's like fitness is one of the only things where even though you might not do it now, it will affect you like later down the road. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people thinking. It's deeper than that. Like y'all might think that, oh, I'm good. I got years. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't get tired when I walk up the stairs. Like I'm eating good. My bones feel good. So I don't got to work out. But then 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you in a doctor's office, like you said, every week. Kidney failures, high blood pressure, and now you think back that like, wow, where this come from?
It's never worth it, man. It's not worth it. I know me personally because I was talking to my clients about this maybe like a few days ago about cheat meals. It's like because we all have cheat meals. We human too. We're trainers, but we human too. I'm telling you, I've regretted all my cheat meals. Like
it always happens like that.
When I'm telling you, when I want it, I'm like, damn, I want this cheeseburger so bad, or I want this carryout so bad, I want this, and I get it, and as soon as I'm done eating, I'm like, I feel like shit, like, it wasn't even worth it. I feel like trash, it wasn't even worth it. Every single time. Like, every single time, I'm like, yo, why did I fucking do it? Now I gotta go back to the gym. I didn't set myself a week, 2 weeks back on my goals. It wasn't even worth it. I wasted money on it. Goddamn. I had food in the house, but I really wanted to get broccoli. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's never worth it, yo. It is never worth it.
So Tandra, so when you were getting them cravings, like when you first started, like what type of food did you turn to? What helped
I mean,
that?
Honestly, I would just like make sure when I ate like, so like a lot of people don't realize that like vegetables are so low in calories and so nutrient dense. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're not gonna eat. First of all, I don't know if y'all seen a bag of kale, but you're not gonna get through a whole bag of kale and then like, you know what I'm saying, like, and still be hungry. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, I would just make sure I'll eat enough vegetables, drink enough water, so I can just be full. Because a lot of times it's just mental. You know what I'm saying? And then like, and not to be graphic, but when you eating fruits and vegetables and stuff, you passing it, and then you know what I'm saying, you move on to your next meal. So I just really had to get in the space of like, I'm not gonna allow a craving for some cookies. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather overeat or eat enough of these vegetables to keep me full and keep me going versus like eating chips, eating cookies, you know, whatever. So I really had to crave it. Then now, to Javon's point, I had my weak moments where I would go and I would get whatever it might be, but it was never worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I adapt, and then you give into it, and it's like, all right, I feel defeated. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like anything else, it's like, dang, I let myself down more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that was my experience. You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like, I got to a point where, you know, after the 20th time, it's just like, all right, let me just let that go, because it never was worth it.
Like I put all this work,
I put all this work in,
you know all week, and then blew it all away.
Exactly, yeah. And then and then you know, the fact that I do work out every day is that, like, you know what I'm saying, the next day I would feel it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be I didn't feel like getting up to go do it, pushing myself to get up to go do it, then getting in, you like half-assing the workout, or again, like I'm sitting there half the time burping, trying not to throw up because I'm tasting, you know what I'm saying, whatever it might have been, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just never worth it, you know? So
that's what we was telling y'all, like, we can tell whether y'all tell us y'all cheated or ate a bad meal, we can tell through y'all workout the next day.
We can tell through your body, because what most people don't understand is that your body keeps an accurate journal of everything you put in it, whether you write it down or not. You don't got to write it down. You don't got to tell us. Your body keeps an accurate journal of everything you do to it.
Your stomach is a reflection of your body.
I see them 3 waffles in your stomach, in your abdomen section. Talking about a 6-pack. Like you got 3 waffles at the top. You got 4 pancakes right there. You got 2 big chickens right there. You got a Subway, a 12-foot, not even a 6-foot sub right there. So that's a 4-pack right there. We still got 2 more to go. We got 2 more to go. You got a whole big box. What's that? Popeyes, a big box at the bottom. And then you got mac and cheese. What you got, like 3 pounds of mac and cheese at the bottom? Yeah.
And then you're gonna try to do 100 sit-ups to get
right.
the fat.
Talking about your body don't give you what you want. Your body give you what you deserve.
Oh, hey, see, Marty, we not doing enough ab work.
The crazy part is that a lot of people don't realize, like, when they're eating that stuff, how much it's truly affecting them. Like, we sat here and talked about as far as losing weight, and let's say if you're in a caloric deficit of 500 calories every day, how many days out the week it is? 7, right? So that's 3,500 calories in a week in order to lose just 1 pound in that week. You can go to McDonald's and eat a meal, and a meal be 1,200 calories right there. So think about it.
Counting the soda though.
Right, and that's not even counting the soda. So think about if you have 3 meals out the week, you already just fucked up your whole week.
And that's what I think they don't understand. Like, this shit is math. It's simple. If you can add 1 + 1 = 2, you can lose weight. It's math, bro. Like, take out the calculator and add up these fucking calories, dog. Like, it's not rocket science.
Another thing with alcohol, you go out and get a drink, that's like 350 calories.
And it's empty. Ain't no protein in that shit,
You have
dog.
3 of them, you over a stack. Like, come on now. A lot of people, that's another thing. A lot of people don't realize what alcohol does to you. First of all, alcohol affects your cardiovascular system. So you go in the gym, try to do cardio the day after you drink a lot. Don't wonder you running out of breath so damn fast, because you had drinks all night. It's adding fatty tissue to your body, and like you said, it's empty calories. So
what about the wine? What about the wine?
The wine got all that fucking sugar in it. All that sugar just going to your belly fat. So what? All this, I cannot drink wine.
People drink wine.
No, you
drink wine
every
every meal. They drink wine every meal.
Yeah, every meal. Some of y'all sit in the house and drink wine. All you doing is making yourself fatter. I hate to say that, but alcohol is adding to it. Like, a lot of y'all were small in college or small in high school. Look how much bigger you are now, and you got a habit of drinking.
They keep putting them Throwback Thursday pics up.
I don't care about that TV.
Look, stop posting that. You don't look like that right now. If I leave here, meet you for brunch, you don't look like that.
I'm sliding in.
You need a whole new page. You need a whole new Instagram.
That ain't helping you right now.
You need a whole new Instagram. Because I'm Throwback Thursday. You need your own Throwback Thursday Instagram. Because what you posting, that's not you.
It's not gonna help you lose weight.
Halloween came back.
Hey, bro, Facebook gonna remind you what you looked like 5 years ago.
Trick or treat!
On this day 5 years ago, you was snatched.
I don't give a fuck what you used to look like.
That shit gone.
I care about what you
That
look
shit
like
gone.
now.
You look
look
like a double McCheeseburger.
Big Mac, Big Mac.
Change your name.
Your ass is on the dollar menu. I just
Five guys.
How many reps we doing? We doing
Five
doubles.
doubles.
Big double. We doing a big double. That mean we doing everything times 2. Because that's the only thing that you understand.
Big Bone Brenda.
You a fool.
Thick ass Talia. Too Big Tanya.
Hey, I'm done. I am done.
Fat Felicia. All right, I'm done.
Stop telling me twin.
I'm done.
Hey, but that's when you know it's real though, when you start getting them nicknames.
Tummy 10.
Tommy Hill, baby. Tommy Pickles. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I ain't messing with them, Joe.
Y'all some fools.
Fat Ashley.
He be like, Ashley, no.
Stop fat apping.
You know what the name? Do something about it. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm about to get me started. I'm about to come with all.
Hey, let's do that for the next
episode with all names. All names, right. All names.
All names. Look. All right, so basically what we gonna do is we're gonna close this one out, and what we like to do. So we just kind of leave everybody with one thing.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with you since you're the special guest, and then we'll go, you know, in whatever order we go in.
I got you. So one thing, I don't know, it's hard. It's so many things. But I mean, I would say start with the mindset. Get your mind right. Because if your mind isn't there, you're not gonna stick through it. So figure out the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself you can. Because a lot of times we talk ourselves out of so much. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Get uncomfortable. Make the decision. You know what I'm saying? Be positive, and then let the rest do the. You know what I'm saying? Let the work do the talking.
Okay.
Like,
We gonna go with Dre.
Yeah, so I would definitely say, like I said earlier, like stop comparing yourself to others.
Amen.
Your journey is different than somebody else's journey. Stop putting a time frame on when you gotta lose a certain amount of weight, and don't get discouraged if you don't hit that goal in a certain amount of time. Your process is your process, man. Just enjoy the process.
Okay, and then what I would say is basically, Chris preaches it every single week. Your stomach is a reflection of your lifestyle. But what you really aren't understanding is what he's saying is that whatever's on the inside is going to show on the outside. So if you continue to put this bullshit into your stomach, into your body, on the inside, it's going to show on the outside, just like they said. You can't hide that. It's always going to be poking through your shirt, meaning your stomach, or hanging out the back of your shirt, meaning the lower back fat. So
And stop putting it in your leggings.
The stomach stuffers.
That's another episode.
So just watch, you know, and like T said, try to start there. Try to start with the food first, because to be honest with you, that is the most important part of it. It's the most important part. You can lift all the weights you want, you can do all the cardio you want, but if you continue to put bullshit into your body, then it's not going to make a difference.
All right, two things. The first one, sacrifice and think about your future. You know, you doing all this fitness stuff for your future. You're not going to be 25, 26, 27 forever. So think about, you don't want to put yourself in a position to have health issues later in life. And another thing, like you said, Dre, stop comparing yourself. I saw a quote the other day I put on my Instagram. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. Because a lot of y'all get to chapter 2 and close the book, put it on the bookshelf, and wonder why you can't finish the damn book.
That's because it ain't your book.
Right.
But even outside that, I think a lot of times too, we compare ourselves to things that aren't real.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of this Instagram stuff.
It's not real. It's just not
One
real.
of my clients yesterday said, made me look like this. The girl had surgery.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not even a real body. Stop sending me these fake bodies. A lot of this
She
stuff.
thought you was Dr. Miami?
I guess so. I live in Landover, so I don't know.
Dr. Lando?
I heard you got
Dr. Paul Park.
Hey, I heard you got a studio in the back. I heard you got that studio.
Ain't no utensils back here,
They
bro.
know that studio.
But what I would say is level up, man. Like, level up. Y'all gotta level up. Especially, like I said, when you lose that initial 20, 30 pounds or however much you lose, and you hit that plateau, it means it's time to level up. Meaning them cheat meals gotta go. That complaining gotta go. Go harder. Like, level up. If you want to reach another level, it just don't appear. You have to do something to level up. So take this more serious, man. Please take this more serious.
I want to say something to build on that. Like, for all you people that want to play games, when you see in Mario, when that mushroom come out for you to level up and get bigger,
Right.
it don't just come to you. You gotta go and get it. That thing will
And it go.
You gotta run to it.
Y'all gotta want them goals, man.
You can't just let it go go by the wayside. You gotta run and go get it.
Bars.
Bars. You gotta level up. Fitalk, we out.
We out.